Hey there, and welcome to Throw Up Thursday. I'm your host, Dr. JJ Kelly, the punk rock doc.
Well, hello again. Here we are. Throw Up Thursday, where you come barf your problems and leave feeling much better. That's the hope, anyway. I am one of your hosts, Dr. JJ Kelly. I am the punk rock doc, and I am the CEO and founder of Unorthodox Inc., which is a punk alternative to traditional psychotherapy. And we focus mostly on group process and peer coaching, mentorship, community outreach. We will be joined shortly by Olivia, one of our docs. And a doc at Unorthodox is a former poor connection. All right. The docs are former psychotherapy patients. We don't like that word. Who have learned the emotional intelligence skills of connections, not good, of DBT so well that they are now learning how to teach it to others. So sorry about that connection. This is the last on location Throw Up Thursday we will have at the Jenks building. Special thanks to Nathan Probonic, my brother Sam Bittaker, for sharing their creative space with me over this amount of time. What a crazy trip it's been, writing my third book here, sharing space with them in their painting studio. These are Nathan's paintings. By the way, nathanprobonic.com. He has the painting that is on my second book, the Gifted Misfits book. So also a special thanks to Mike Owen and Jody Oates for letting me be a part of their Jenks building here for I don't know how long I've even been here. So it seems like a long time. So thank you. And let's let Olivia in here. Get started.
Okay, there we go.
Hi there.
Hi.
Hi. I did a little extra intro today, so.
I was trying to request, but I wasn't sure if it was going through because it was like, your request is not sent.
Oh no. I'd be panicking.
Okay.
You know, I'd be tech panicking. So, all right. So this might be a little bit of an abbreviated one because this is last dinner tonight. So let's get started before the guys get back.
Beautiful. Okay. I have questions, as per usual.
Hi, Alyssa.
Hey, Alyssa. Okay, so I have a two-parter from, I have a two-parter from Astrid.
Okay.
Oh God. Okay. So she says, my roommates are having a baby soon and bought a townhouse. They're moving there in April. They offered to let me move in month to month, and then actually they've been joking about kidnapping me and taking me with them before I ask them to stop. Yikes.
Whoa. Okay.
I'm wary of living with them because newborn baby and they fight already sometimes. But I could also try it out month to month. Do you have advice for weighing out pros and cons?
Shit, that sounds hard. I think once again, Astrid has answered her own question. Write out a list of pros and cons. But also on that one, check in with your gut, Astrid. I mean, your instincts are awesome. So, I don't know, get still. Do a meditation. Astrid's been trained in TM by Matthew. Why not do a meditation, come out of it, and then just like put your hand on your heart and ask, should I do this or not?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we do that kind of thing enough. Like, honor the fact that the answers are truly within us, especially all of you all whose emotional intelligence is to the level where the answers, you're connected with the fact that they're within. That sounds really hard. And, maybe Astrid should talk to Megan too, who is a new mom, and see if, oh, hey, Astrid, we're answering your question right now. yeah, maybe talk to Megan about whether that's even like possible. That's, I mean, I can see why they would want her there, but I don't know that she wants to be there for that.
Yeah.
Like, such a big deal. Like, people don't get how having a kid, like, that's a very life-changing event. And you don't have to live with them. You don't have to get up with the screaming. Why would you do that? Why would you choose to do that? But again, it's not for me to say. Like, make your pros and cons list and check in with your gut and see what you think. Astrid, you're smart. And I get you want to, because change is scary and it's a big deal to have a whole new living situation. And I don't know, you know, if you're clinging to not changing, that seems, hi, Sam.
Hello.
Hey, Sam.
Hello.
How you doing?
Good.
So, okay, I think we'll leave it at that.
Yeah. Just something to add is that I think in my coming to like the level of being like knowing the answer, I ask myself a question and then the first thing I think is usually what I end up going. But then because I'm like, and people are so trained to like ignore that gut thing, I go, oh, well, let me ask all these people and get all of these things. And really, it's like we know when we're asking the question. It's like.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Thank you.
Yeah.
Corey says hi. Want to say hi to Corey?
Hi, Corey.
Have Nathan come in and say hi to Corey, too.
I say hi to Corey.
Okay, next question.
Okay,
this is going to be this kind of live.
I love it. It's good. I'm like exhausted from work, so I'm ready for it.
Excellent. Thanks for going with the flow.
Absolutely. Okay, so this is the second part of Astrid's question. Okay, the second part is, do you have any tips for not future tripping when looking for housing? Because I'm going to graduate soon and don't know where I'll work after.
You don't know. So just accept that reality. Again, you don't want to push a river, so watch for willfulness. And for those who haven't taken DBT, willfulness is doing the opposite of what's effective based on what your values are going against them. Usually a cling suggests willfulness. Usually fear makes us cling. So watch for any sort of willful cling to what reality you want it to be instead of what reality it is.
Yeah.
So that's my answer to that one.
Yeah.
Corey's fucking berate. He's putting comments with Nate's ass in here, so just do it. Oh, okay. He doesn't want to. I'll have to go to him. Hang on. No, I'll answer another question and then I'll do it.
Okay. Oh, just with that too, I think with housing, it's so uncomfortable when you don't know what it's going to be.
Ever.
And so there's like, it's like the fucking worst. But it's like part of that being the worst is kind of nice because then when you find like the process is over and you find the place and you've done the looking and you like held out for the right spot, it's so like satisfying and affirming to be like, oh, I can cope with a miserable fucking situation. Yeah. Like it's so bad. And the cling to just want it to be over as quickly as possible is like not the mindset to go into when you're looking for a new place to live.
And I get where Astrid's coming from. Like, absolutely. I don't want to move and then move again. However, if you can accept the possible future reality that you will move and then move again, I think sometimes when you get in that place of radical acceptance, then shit just works out better for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So go with the hard plan and get your mind around that and accept that potential outcome and then move forward.
Definitely.
See what happens, because you can't predict that shit.
And I found that the times that I go for the easiest option are usually the worst living situations I have.
Yeah.
And then the times that
you're like, well, I can do it because of this and this and this. If you're like doing that thing, that compulsive oh, I can do it, then you know that is not in a place you want to be.
No. And the times that I've like submitted myself to being like, cool, this is gonna suck, and I'm just gonna do all of the searching. I remember I
Yep.
lost my phone once
Yep.
before I was looking, so I had to like write down by hand like all of the addresses and like directions and it was like
Do the tedium.
yeah, and like I think like 3 days I had left until and then I found like the perfect place. It was great. But once you get those presents from the universe once you put the work in.
Yeah, agree. Totally agree.
Yeah.
Okay, before the next question, hang on a sec. Hey, say hi to Corey. He's waiting. Oh my God. There we go. There we go. That's done.
All right.
Next question.
Okay, I have one for me. So I was wondering about like working on patience and how to like extend it and like fill it up, if that makes sense.
Wait. What? Say that
Like
all
practicing patience. Like
Mhm.
in my job, I need to have a lot of patience with
Mhm.
like teaching someone how to read. And so I'm wondering on like exercises that you can do to like help strengthen that.
Well, do you believe in something bigger than you?
Yes.
You could ask for help.
Mm-hmm.
Also, piggybacking on what we said last week, and I don't want to make this about your job every time.
Yeah, no.
Just for your sake.
Mm-hmm.
But based on what you said last time about how much of your dad is coming through with your teaching, why don't you ask your dad to help you?
Mm-hmm.
Ask him what he would do. I mean, he was good at that.
Mm-hmm.
Real good. And everybody thought so. And so that was like his zone of genius, right? So why don't you put your hand on your heart and ask what he thinks you should do? However, my quick and dirty answer to that is breathe.
Okay.
You think you motherfuckers haven't tested my patience?
No, I know.
Oh my God. When I want to wring your neck is usually when we're in a place of change and moving forward and breaking through something. So you could use frustration inside you that you are able to name and validate. You could use that as a cue to take a couple of breaths and know, okay, we're in it. We're in something important right now. And I know you don't want to get in the way of the kids learning. Just like I don't want to get in your way of breaking through in a painful situation, breaking through to the other side where you get to be free. So I have always chosen to hang with you all in the really difficult times and never back away from the difficult times, even when it's like really, anxiety provoking for both of us, frustrating for both of us. When you think about those times, think about what happened right after those sessions that we would do. Something would change between us forever. We would be in a different place, on a different plateau together forever. Like there are dips of regression with distress, but like we were always growing in our relationship, and those painful times are gonna happen. And to fight with them makes absolutely no sense. I mean, it makes perfect sense. We get anxious, right? We don't want to fight with, but you are in charge. It's your job to hold that space for the kid. And it doesn't matter if you get pissed off. That's okay. You don't have to pretend like you're not. You can be like, you are being really, you're frustrating me right now. Do you feel frustrated too? Yeah, it's frustration time. What do you think we should do to get through this? Because I think if you just did the thing that I'm saying, even though you don't feel like it, you'll probably get through to like happy land on the other side of this shit hill.
Yeah.
So
I know he was going so slow through his math, and I was like, the faster you do this, the faster we'll be done. He went, oh, and then like finish it. And I was like, oh my God.
Isn't that so funny? Words of wisdom, like the most basic thing ever. How funny. And it worked.
Yeah.
So just go with your instincts and breathe.
Yeah.
And remember,
the breathing's been the big one.
The pain is a teacher.
Yeah.
Don't avoid it. Get right in and dirty with it. You are psychologically sophisticated enough to do that.
Yeah.
So do it for him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and for you, but do it for him, and then you get the benefit of that.
Absolutely.
Too.
Yeah. I think like me taking deep breaths and being like, okay, I'm frustrated, but like I know what's on the paper. Like he doesn't even know. So like it's probably double frustrating for him, and me being frustrated is not gonna like help the situation at all.
Yes. Yes.
And I know how to take a deep breath, so it's my job to do that.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hi
I'm not
to
6.
Hello.
Hey Bella.
I don't know who everyone is, but I wish I did. Maybe can you see that and make a list so I can
Yes, I'll try and
find
take
out
it.
who these people are and say hi.
Yeah.
All right. Next question.
Okay, so this is a question from a friend, and so their parents recently got divorced, and one of them moved out, so she's living with her dad, and he has now started dating, and bringing people to the house. So she's asking for some like coping skills on how to deal with that, because it's cringy.
That's so hard.
Mm-hmm.
It has to start with is it her?
Mm-hmm.
It has to start with her validating all the feelings. And it's not just the obvious ones. You got to make a list.
Yeah.
It's not just fear. It's not just pissed. It is levels deep, like hurt and probably terrified and definitely apprehensive. Like build an emotions vocabulary for this one, because that is very complex. And oh my God, radical acceptance of the fact that it's his life and his house. Oh my gosh, that's so hard.
Yeah.
So easy for me to say and so difficult for her in that situation. Oh my gosh. If it were me at like, I don't know, I'm going to guess like first half of the 20s. Do you know who this person is? Yeah. That I would just get out of the house as much as possible. However, we're in a pandemic too, so that's extra shitty. Oh my gosh. Headphones. Really expensive noise canceling headphones.
That's good, because then you're like treating yourself too, so it's like giving yourself a nice gift to like.
And if you aren't already into punk music, now might be the time.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is so hard.
I know.
Get follow-up from that person.
Okay.
Because let's stay on that for her, because that's going to have levels. Holy shit. Like that's
complicated.
Gonna have weeks and months of levels. And so let's stay on that for her.
Yeah.
And if you want to make up a name next time or something, just get that person on here maybe too, so we can do follow-up details, because damn.
I know.
Damn.
We were doing some good like validation and like humor about it, because it's so awful.
Absurd. Ew.
So I mean, so many fucking things going on. Ugh.
Dude, and I have some actual personal experience with that a long time ago, and not cool. Not cool at all. I mean, and
not a fun time.
Again, higher power stuff, if that person believes in something bigger, maybe you could just like, hope that your dad finds his way. I mean, that would be the like opposite action-y thing to do.
Yeah. Pro level, like loving thing
like hope for him that, Jesus, Mary.
Hard to get to, I can imagine though, like, fuck.
No, and just do the fucking anger shit first.
Absolutely.
And build your emotions vocabulary
for all the anger words and all the levels of anger. And, self-care, compassion for self, extra love, compassion for self. Shit. That's rough. Oh my God. Ugh.
Yeah.
Okay. Next.
Okay. Well, also, I just want to say again, if anyone who is watching right now has a question that they want help on and just want to vent and puke it out, we are here to answer your questions. So type them in the chat.
And hi to the new people that have joined. Welcome.
Yes, welcome. Okay, so I have another one if no one has a question.
Oh, that probably doesn't mean anything. That's just like totally hypothetical that Olivia's putting it out there like that. Okay, all right, go.
Okay, so I have a friend that is wanting to end a friendship with another person, and they're wondering how to tell when the kinder thing to do is to like say something and like do a real breakup, or to just kind of let them go.
Well, I think that I'm going to hand this one to you to do first, since you have done this a couple of times now.
Mm-hmm.
And you fought with it. You fought it. But this person is to a place, sounds like, where they've accepted that it's probably over and just how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
Yes, it seems like it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so I personally think, knowing some of the specifics of this situation, the kinder thing to do is to just kind of let it go and let it slide, knowing that, but that's usually, I think when you're doing this, it's as long as you know that you can you would do the saying why you're breaking up the friendship, and that you're not choosing the letting it go as a way to avoid the confrontation of it. So usually what I do if I'm in the situation is I like write it out, and then I decide what is really kinder. And I think there's this idea of like owing people a real explanation or a breakup. But a lot of the times it's just like, closure isn't really a real thing that you can get from anybody else.
Within you.
It's an internal thing that you can get with yourself. So knowing like why someone doesn't want to be your friend anymore is not going to really give you closure unless you decide like, you know what? We're not friends anymore. The reason is arbitrary.
Yep.
So the biggest thing is to know, does this person really need to know? Do I think they'd be able to hear me? Or is this for me to like try to fix the situation or control it or tick a box? Or get a box or get a closure, or then not have to deal with the guilt of feeling like, oh, I ghosted this person.
Totally. God damn. I could not say it better myself. That's so good. That is so skilled. Oh my God. Yeah. You pro, Allie says. Oh yeah. Hell yeah. Because sometimes it's a situation where it's like, they're going to be like, well, why?
Mm-hmm.
And what are you going to say? Because your whole personality sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're a dick to me all the time. And they're going to be like, how am I a dick to you?
Yeah.
And now you're in that bullshit where they're not actually asking to learn. They're asking to defend, which is not a situation that's worth being in at all. Plus, it's going to increase their self-loathing or shame or whatever. And, sometimes I think that can be productive. Certainly with you guys, you're skilled enough. I can get into the shame piece and, the narcy behaviors, but you guys have a resilience and a tolerance to truth that I think that the everyday person does not have, because they don't have the emotional intelligence skills. And if your friend is breaking up with somebody, they probably don't. The somebody probably doesn't have the emotional intelligence skills to really learn from, hey, Erica, to learn from the honesty that you would be brave enough to bring to the situation. It's just, it's a shit situation for everybody, usually.
Yeah, and I think sometimes I've caught myself with wanting to, which is like not the right reason to do it, is wanting to say something so that they're not thinking that I'm an asshole who just
Of course.
poofed.
Of course.
But at a certain point, you can't really control if they're going to think you're an asshole or not. And so sometimes as the person who is more sturdy and more emotionally mature, you have to make the call and be like, well, I'm probably going to be an asshole no matter what.
Yeah.
It might just be kinder just to let them think I'm an asshole and just let them have that.
The whole point of my narcissism book. You know, I've been saying this for years.
Yeah.
The only way to get free is to accept being misperceived as the asshole. You cannot prove to someone that is delusional, that has a false belief that they cling to about you. There is no proving the truth to them. There's nothing to do. So walk the fuck away. But I'm very much into the writing out of what you would say. I would even add, say it out loud in the mirror so that you build up your own resilience to having those kinds of conversations, because life is long and you will have opportunities to have these conversations with people, or you will just impulsively get yourself in that situation and figure out, oh shit, this is one of those where I, whoops. But at least it's an opportunity to practice.
Yeah.
So there's no real losing here. Even the mistakes teach us. But I love everything that you said. Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, will you people look at how skilled this young person is? DBT rules.
And guess how I got that way? Well, only going to drjjkelly.com and booking a consultation, free consultation, and getting the DBT skills to know the answers to the questions.
Yeah. And if you're too scared to do that, read the Gifted Misfits book. It's my entire 8-week DBT course in a book with tons of curse words. It's going to be a podcast too, so you can listen to it. Yes. All right, let's do we have a quick one to run?
No, that's it. That's all the ones I have.
Okay, all right. You literally
Oh, thanks, Allie.
Yes. Look at the props you're getting. Dude, I swear to God too, like, you're getting better at the lives every time too. I mean, you were already good at it, which is why you were even picked to do the live.
Thanks.
This is great.
It's so fun. I love it. It feels like it's been a long time since we just didn't do 1 week.
I know. Believe me. I know. I've been on another planet.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So, all right. Lovely. Thanks everyone for joining us. I will be home in California next week. So we will be back to normal, sorta. Whatever.
As normal as we can be in these days.
Totally. So check out other ones previously recorded on the YouTube channel. There's tons of free shit on the Instagram at Dr. JJ Kelly. You know what it is. All right. Thanks, Olivia.
Bye, guys. Thank you, JJ.
Bye, all.
Get in touch with me, Dr. JJ Kelly, the punk rock doc, at drjjkelly.com.